Good afternoon. It is now 6:01, and I'd like to call the Planning Commission to order. Would you please stand with me for a Pledge of Allegiance? Ready to begin? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have roll call members, please?
Commissioner Sparza?
Here.
Commissioner Gonzalez? Here. Commissioner Moody? Here. Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Here.
Chair Timmons?
Yes, here. Thank you. Okay. And I need approval of the minutes for February 11th, 2026.
Second it?
It's been moved in second. May I have roll call, please?
Commissioner Sparza?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Moody? Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Yes.
Chair Timmons?
Yes. Do we have any public comments?
We did receive one public comment by email for item number 3. However, well, we'll get to item number 3, but you'll see that our staff recommendation is to continue that item to the April 1st Planning Commission meeting.
Thank you. Okay, under new business, public hearings, we have conditional use permit number 991. It's a request by Ramon Socaros, La Sierra, and Careta Boots to expand business operations from an existing 6,000 square foot warehouse suite into the adjacent 6,000 square foot warehouse suite for a total of 12,000 square feet warehouse lease area for the wholesale of apparel, boots, and accessories at 15341 and 15343 Garfield Avenue in the M2 Heavy Manufacturing Zone. This project is a Class 1 existing facilities categorical exemption pursuant to Article 19, Section 15301 of the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines. May I have staff report, please?
Yes, so I'd like to point out that this report and presentation was put together by Assistant Planner Leslie Corrales, who is not with us this evening. So the Assistant Director, Monica Rodriguez, will be giving the presentation, and it's about just as you said, it's about an expanding wholesale business. We kind of call it Boot Alley or Boot Row on Garfield Avenue. It is well known for the boots and leather goods on that street. So a successful business that needs some extra space.
Okay, so good evening, Chair, Commissioners, and the public. So as noted, before you is a request to expand the operations of an existing 6,000 square foot warehouse suite into the adjacent 6,000 square foot warehouse suite for a total of 12,000 square foot warehouse lease area for wholesale of apparel, boots, and accessories. So the address is located at 15341, 15343 Garfield, located within the M2 Heavy Manufacturing Zone. The site is approximately 19,800 square feet, and the existing size of the building is 6,000 square feet each. So the subject site is located on the west side of Garfield Avenue between Jefferson Street and Adams Street. So currently, let me see, okay, and so the business specializes in Western rodeo style apparel that is distributed to local retailers. So currently, right now, the area outlined in yellow is the current existing 6,000 square foot warehouse, and they will be expanding into the adjacent warehouse highlighted in green. Again, it's 6,000 square feet. So the primary access to the building is provided by 2 roll-up doors facing Garfield Avenue. For vehicle entry, there is an additional access point from a driveway off of Jefferson Street. The property provides 12 parking spaces along with 4 American with Disabilities Act ADA compliant access. Okay, so before you is the floor plan of the first and second floor. In the second floor, they have a small mezzanine area on both of the tenant spaces. So the slide before you is a current elevation of the building. The applicant is not proposing any site elevations nor exterior changes. Okay, so the proposed hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the business will staff 4 employees. They are not proposing any outdoor storage and it is prohibited. They will be installing a 24-inch box tree within the front landscaping. So with that, the proposed project is adequate in size and location for the proposed addition, as well as it's situated within the industrial zone and it's compatible with the surrounding businesses. Therefore, staff is asking or requesting that the commission adopt resolution number PC 26006, approving conditional use permit number 991. This concludes my presentation.
Thank you for your presentation. Any questions? Okay. I'd like to open the public hearing. And do we have any in favor?
We do not.
No opposed?
None opposed.
Okay. Is the applicant here?
The applicant is not here.
They're not present.
Okay. So if we don't have any questions, should we close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
It's been moved in second. Can we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Sparza?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez? Yes. Commissioner Moody? Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Yes.
Chair Timmons?
Yes. So now, I need a motion to adopt Planning Commission Resolution Number PC 26006, which is a request by Ramon Sicaros, La Sierra, and Coretta Boots Incorporated to expand business operations from an existing 6,000 square foot warehouse suite into the adjacent 6,000 square foot warehouse suite for a total of 12,000 square foot warehouse lease area for the wholesale of apparel, boots, and accessories at 15341 to 15343 Garfield Avenue in the M2 zone. Motion?
And so I'm supposed to adopt PC 26006.
I'll second.
Been moved in second. May I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Sparza?
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Moody?
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Yes.
Chair Timmons?
Yes. Okay, so we are down to item number 3, which is the Clearwater Pacific Plan Project. It's a recommendation by staff to open and continue the public hearing for the following items to the April 1, 2026 Planning Commission meeting. Is there a report or anything?
Well, just a brief update, a bit of a teaser, I suppose. I mean, we're a little overly optimistic that it would be ready by this meeting. So this is one of the largest projects in the city in some time. And as you know, it's the swap meet area and the surrounding block between Rosecrans Avenue, Paramount Boulevard, north of Somerset Boulevard, and east of the North and South Railway, Union Pacific, and the Port of Long Beach, Port of Los Angeles. And it's to update the existing plan, which allows for swap meet and some mixed uses. The plan on the books now does allow for 22 homes per acre, but to get our housing element passed by the state a few years ago, they required us to up that to 30 homes per acre. And just to make it a little more sensible, just kind of a recap was to push that, to incentivize the housing to be on the north end, closer to the proposed station that will, in theory, be here in 2035, more or less. We needed more time to respond to comments to the environmental impact report, and we sent out comments by law to various agencies, multiple agencies, some are a little more obscure than others, and we needed more time to repackage their comments. So we're looking to, our recommendation is to open the public hearing and continue the item to the April 1st Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to open the public hearing then, and a motion is what I need to continue the public hearing to April 1, 2026.
Gonzalez moves to continue this public hearing to the April 1st, 2026.
I'll second it.
It's been moved in second. Can I have roll call, please?
Commissioner Sparza,
Yes?
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger,
Yes.
Chair Timmons.
Yes.
A quick reminder that we'll be returning the public comment we did receive by email. That commenter may submit an updated comment for the next meeting. If they don't, we will bring the existing comment to you.
Thank you. Okay. So under 3 are the two A and B and C. Are we voting on those to be moved as well? Continued, I'm sorry.
I believe it's a single package.
It's all together, so continuing the hearing would continue that entire item 3.
I'm sorry, should I have said A, B, and C to be continued? Motion.
Did you just say item 3?
I said item 3, the Clear Pacific Plan Project.
Item 3 is good. It covers A, B, and C.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I meant to ask you that ahead of time, I apologize. Okay, so we're down to item 4. And that's to receive and file a 3-month review of Mr. J's bar business operation at 7824 Alondra Boulevard in the C3 General Commercial Zone.
Yes, so this is, I'm happy to say that the Mr. J's Bar, this new version of Mr. J's Bar opened for business in October of last year. And a little bit of a journey to get there. They were approved, reviewed initially in 2022, sorry about that. And that was for a conditional use permit that added a full line of alcohol to the existing beer and wine. And then with that, there was some requirements for the outside, for the appearance, and with that suggestion to get it to the Development Review Board, the applicant opted to add to the building, add a little more space. So the Development Review Board reviewed that with a condition of approval to bring it back for a 3-month review, so 3 months after business operations began. So with that, Associate Planner Ivan Reyes is here to give the report.
Thank you, John. Good evening, Honorable Chair, members of the Commission. This is a 3-month review of Mr. J's Bar. You may be familiar with this property here. They have obtained several entitlements in the past, and I would give you a brief summary on that. The property address is 7824 Alondra Boulevard. It's located in the C3 General Commercial Zone. The site measures 7,500 square feet. The building, now with the addition, as John mentioned, measures 2,992 square feet with 33 customer seats. And on the right-hand side, you see a image of the interior of that addition for Mr. J's Bar right before it opened. So this was during final inspection, which they obtained. So here's a brief summary of the entitlements that they received in the past, starting from 2022. Under new ownership, the new owner decided to, due to low patrons, low numbers of visitors going to Mr. J's, he took it upon himself under new management to upgrade the bar with the sales of beer, wine, and distilled spirits, so a full line of alcohol being offered here. As part of that condition of approval for the CUP, there was one condition in particular which required the existing building to be modified for the exterior, to remodel it, because it was in it hasn't been upgraded in quite some time. So now under new management, it was warranted to upgrade the building. So the applicant came back in 2023 And not only did they remodel the exterior of the existing building, they actually went and proposed an addition, a 1,300 square foot addition to the bar. So as you can see there in the middle, that was under during construction of the bar of the building itself there. And then just wrapping up in the later years, 2024 and 25, the business owner also wanted to offer some entertainment. So they went through the process of obtaining a city council permit for live entertainment, specifically for karaoke. So that was decided, approved by the city council. They are coming up on a 6-month review early June for that. So that will be another review for their operations, specifically for the live entertainment. And then also just wrapping up the construction and completed, as you can see on the image there. The building is fully operational. The business has been open late 2025, so late last year, and they've been open ever since. So under the condition of the 3-month review, from the exterior modification, one of the conditions was that to bring this back before you, just to review the business operations, how they've been operating since then. So some of those conditions I just want to highlight in this slide were security cameras. So a comprehensive camera of views of the establishment, both inside and out, including the parking area, was proposed for them to complete. Landscaping and irrigation, they also were in compliance to upgrade the landscaping on the property to ensure that it looks nice on the outside. And just furthermore, the architectural preservation, there was existing Art Deco design elements on the building itself, which they preserved and maintained in good condition. And I would show an image later on of those details. So for the compliance portion, on February 19th, planning staff conducted a site visit to verify compliance with the conditions of approval. And during that time, it was noted that the property was found to be in full compliance of all the requirements. This goes back to the applicant obtaining approvals for the landscaping plans. There was a condition about a bike rack that we include on most of our entitlements, making sure that the parking was in good condition. That was all vetted, so we visited 3 months after, and still everything was fully in compliance with those conditions, so that was good. Now there was one thing that we did notice on the south side of the perimeter fence line was just a little bit of graffiti. So that would be something we would address with the business owner to remove the graffiti from the block wall on the south side there of the property. So just to give you a satellite view of Mr. J's, located on the south side of Alondra Boulevard, as you can see in the yellow box, that's the property itself. The image is quite outdated. It doesn't show the addition yet, but that's fully completed. It's on the south side, southwest side of Colorado Avenue. To the south of this property is essentially all residential, single-family homes, a few apartments. To the west side of this is the Portuguese Hall there, and then to the right-hand side or the east side of this property is the banks and the couple of retail shopping centers there. So here's a glimpse of the floor plan in summary of, I want to start with the left-hand side, original footprint. That was the original bar of the building. Different layout and for this, what the applicant had proposed. And on the right-hand side of this is the addition. So just further extending the seating, adding new bathrooms to be code compliant with this type of business. And then the pool tables that were original from the Mr. J's operation, they kept the same number of 2, and they just relocated them to the new side of the addition. So nearly 3,000 square feet of bar space that they're utilizing this for. So back in 2022, this is how it looked like when they went through the entitlement for the CUP. As you can see, it was, it needed a facelift for the most part. And yeah, they went through the whole process. They came back with this design, and this is how it looks like now. This picture was taken a couple days ago. As you can see, fully operational. Everything is, seems like it's always been there. The landscaping, the trees, everything has been upgraded. the Art Deco decals there on the corners there, that's what was preserved, and that was part of the conditions of approval, that they kept that design and kind of work around it with the addition. I want to point out that the addition also incorporates the existing part of the building, so it's all seamlessly blended in. So for the public safety portion, the Public Safety Department reviewed the calls to service during the months of November 2025 through February of 2026. Now, there were 4 incidents were noted during this review period. Essentially, the subject address was used as a point of reference. I do want to point out the majority of the calls did not result in any criminal activity, and this was based off of the public safety who pulled the calls to service for our review. And then furthermore, on February 19th, the Public Safety Department also conducted a site visit to verify the specific security camera plan and security management plan that should be remaining and operational. And the inspection confirmed that these measures are in place and functioning as required, supporting ongoing compliance with the conditions of approval. So again, we have another Public Safety Department going out there and making sure the safety aspect of this business is fully operational. So for the analysis, on February 19th, the Planning and Building Department mailed a public hearing notice. We treated this as if it was another public hearing, as if it was brand new coming in before the Planning Commission. And we just wanted to notify anyone who showed interest in the past, and just people who may have not been familiar with the past approvals, just letting them know that this was coming before them for a 3-month review. I do want to point out we did not receive any public comments regarding the public notice. However, I do want to mention there was one neighbor in particular who notified planning staff that he had nothing but praise for the business. On how they were operating, nothing but good things to say about the business operations. So that was a good positive note there. While the business appears to be in compliance with the conditions of approval, staff is recommending a second 3-month review to obtain more comprehensive understanding of the business operations during a period that reflects typical activity, given that it was the end of the year, slow period for most a lot of restaurants, businesses, including bars. A lot of people are traveling out for the holidays. It doesn't necessarily reflect the operations, so that's the reasons why reviewing this with 3 additional months in the spring and summer months. As they approach, the business is expected to experience increased foot traffic. There's higher number of public events going on, which will offer more accurate insight into the operational impacts of the surrounding neighborhood. So it's just something to keep in mind as to the reason behind another extended 3-month review. So with that, it is recommended to review, receive, and file this report, and schedule a second follow-up review at the 6-month review mark on June 3rd, 2026. This concludes my presentation, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Reyes. Do we have any questions?
I have one question. Ivan, with the expansion of this business, was there any required additional parking?
So that's a good question. So the parking ratio was calculated based off of the seating that remained the same from the previous operation. Due to the floor area being added, since there was no more seats upgraded or added to them, it remained the same. So it was conforming to what was previously approved. Now, I do want to point out that the business owner is here in the audience. If there's any other questions, he can further discuss.
May I ask a question? If there were no issues, what is our concern in this 3-month period? Do we need more time, or other than what's noted on there?
Well, we just wanted to bring.
I can go ahead and take that one,
Sure.
Ivan. So the reason for the review, just like as Ivan stated, because it was a slow period, we want to make sure that during spring, summer, I guess based from what the detective told, not the detective, the sergeant that did the calls for service, they said they tend to see more activity during the summer. So they were recommending to kind of see if there's more volume, more activity in the area, that we extend the review period to another 3 months to see if there is any issues or not.
Thank you.
Ivan, I think I have another question, if you don't mind.
No, go
Chair.
ahead, please.
The 4 incidents that were called in, they go through the safety department here at City Hall? Is that how it works?
Yeah, it was done through the public safety. They're the ones that pulled up the records that the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department essentially had noted. There were 4 incidents. None of them were police or crime related. It was just incidents that would happen. They noted there's no police reports conducted from those incidents. So all they did was just write notes and keep a log of it, and the reason was because it occurred at the subject site. So the incident happened within that area, so they use that as the point of reference.
So that doesn't mean that the police were called, though, right?
Let me see.
If I may. So we did have a discussion with public safety and the sergeant that took the calls for service. So basically what they told us is that there was a disturbance call, but they don't know if it was due to the bar, because the point of reference was the bar's address, but they were driving by. So they did take note of that. They did report that as a call, but there was no incident reported. That's what we were told.
I have a question. I have a question regarding their business. Is it increased since they opened it? Is it up now? Did they have a problem that we're going to, again, give them another 3 months or 6 months, whatever? Do they have any questions regarding that? The owners?
That might be something that maybe Mr. Alfredo can see, as he's directly involved with the day-to-day activity of any activity or numbers of patrons that are visiting the business.
Would you like to come up and speak, please? Would you push the button on the top there and give us your name, please?
Alfredo Lopez.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez.
What was your question? Sorry.
Well, the question was, how has your business, has it increased, decreased since you opened it? And we gave it a 3-month review. Now we're asking for another 3 months, 6 months review. Do you have a problem with that or not?
I do. I feel it's excessive. It's been open for 5 months now, so
Right.
the 3-month review passed a while ago. So I'm in compliance with everything. I'm very limited in my seating. The capacity and the location is 342 capacity or load, but since I only have 33 chairs, I can't have too many people there. They're not going to stay. They're not going to stand around. They leave, so it's impacting my business. I'm also working with, I asked for live entertainment DJs like every day just to have that option available. But I'm limited to Friday and Saturday to have karaoke. But then again, I'm limited in seating, so it's affecting my business. Sometimes my payroll is 80%, and I'm just trying to hang in there. Like my average is like 50% payroll because there's no seats and there's no entertainment. And I understand, you guys are looking for the negative impacts in the community, but there's a lot of positive impacts in the community. I fixed that building. I gave the community a place to come and hang out and come together, and it just feels like my hands are tied.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
I mean, if you were to get more seats, it sounds like that's what you'd like to have.
Yes.
That would require more parking, right? Do you have some type of plan for that?
I do. There's public parking in the downtown Paramount area where the bank is. There's city parking for public access. You just cross across the street and you're there. It's a small street. So there's plenty of parking. And across the street, there's street parking. There's other issues. I mean, it's downtown Paramount and there's city parking, public parking. So, and plenty of parking.
John, is that permissible, or do businesses have to have parking on their own premises?
Well, primarily it's you start with your own premise, your own premises, and there is the option, and we could talk a little more. I think this is kind of the path to get to, some type of agreement that would be helpful for the city and the business. I think it could be a win-win, but you can imagine with the unknown on the front, the city wants to make sure that that the operator is being a good neighbor to the residential folks.
Right.
I'll leave it to you to discuss, and, if you want to do a review, you could, our recommendation, staff recommendation is 3 months. You could make it a 6-month, you could drop that review altogether. But this is, sounds like a show of good faith, or a show that, nothing horrible has happened so far. Our one thing to think about that as we have these discussions is, yes, there is that parking lot, but some which appears to be public is actually private. And you might have had this discussion in the past with Associate Planner Reyes.
Right.
The spaces directly next to, the building that had the fire, the property, the Brucker property just off Alondra, those are private property. The spaces that are kind of aligned with the Bank of America is private property. The spaces that are aligned with the other bank is private property. There's about 3 other parcels that is truly public. So we can have those discussions, but we're like one step away from that.
Right. I think any downtown area, parking is always an issue. So people Uber, people anything else. So you can't create more parking, especially in a downtown area. That's almost impossible. So that's another thing to consider. I mean, we ask people to Uber, we ask them to Uber home and things like that. So we do our best with the limited spaces that we have. But then again, in any downtown area, there's no parking anywhere. So, people are still allowed to have seats and have more capacity. And also, I'm in contact with the neighbor next door. We're always texting each other, making sure everything's okay. He never has any issues. I'm very aware with my neighbors, making sure, especially the one next to me, that there's no issues, there's no noise pollution, there's anything like that, and he's okay.
I have a question. After the 6-month, or before the 6-month period, are we also looking into an expansion on the number of seating for the bar?
That's something that hasn't been proposed or any conversations with the applicant. We can discuss that and take a look at that at the 6-month review process.
I think that might be a good idea. That might be helpful for you as well.
I appreciate that. I've had council members come to the bar and they say, "Why do you have so many little seats? Like, how come you don't have more chairs? How come you don't have more tables?" It's like, because you guys don't let us.
Right. That's
So it's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, is, go through this process,
Mhm.
let's show good faith, and make that proposition, see if we
Right.
can get to there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because he spends so much money redoing that whole building. I mean, it looks nice. I
It
mean,
looks very nice.
And I've got a lot of positive feedback from the community, and they just love that place, and
They do.
just somewhere to go.
I haven't been in that building. I stopped by there once, a long time ago. I met you.
It's very different now.
But it looks really nice
Thank you, I
outside.
appreciate it. Thank you.
I like the lighting and everything,
Mhm.
so I do think by you communicating with our staff,
Mhm.
there's, there's a light at the end of the
I
tunnel.
appreciate that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you for being here.
Sure. Any more questions?
I appreciate it. Any other questions?
Thank you. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
do we need a motion to file this, or we just say that we will file this and review it in 6
Just
months?
simple receive and file, so
Okay.
that is it.
All right, we will receive and file this. Conditional use permit number 9217. Okay, so we're down to reports. Do we have oral report for city council actions?
Yes, well, just a couple updates. One approval, was a community benefits agreement for the ghost storage, self-storage project on Garfield and Pedersen. Assistant Director Rodriguez, she handled that, and it was approved by council. And just a reminder, that gives $400,000 that's going toward the city museum right across the parking lot here. And that's it.
Thank you. Comments, city attorney?
No comments tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners?
No comment.
No comment? Thank you. Okay, staff?
Well, one just little update that may be connected to a city council action is that we've launched the driveway expansion program. We began taking in applications, and this is the program where somebody who has kind of a limited size width wide driveway can potentially pay for concrete to expand it for one car. We'll reimburse for up to $3,000 for a qualifying project. So if you want to, share that with your folks. It's a really good program at the city council.
Or driveways. for the
Yes.
drive.
I was gonna, may I ask a question about that?
Absolutely.
So are we saying, does it have to be a grassy area and then we pave it in and that's? what you-
We've seen a few things. Yeah, typically it is it's kind of a balance. They're losing some of a landscaped area, so we have some guardrails. So we don't want a front yard that's 100% concrete. So there has to be some amount of green space, and in some cases, yes, you're taking away the green space, but we'll request the homeowner to plant a tree or do some other type of, exchange.
That's a great idea. I think that's in trying to get some of the cars off the street.
That's exactly it. It's tough. It's a challenge, as you know, in all neighborhoods, all across Paramount. Some are worse than others.
Very challenging.
I think it's a good idea if people have the property space, because a lot of areas where we have a lot of cars, they don't have the space to park. So, I mean, they're parking across the grass and in the yard and, so,
And there is some properties that you could add that expansion that
If
they
you
want
can,
to do.
yes.
Right, that they can.
right. It would be great if, I was driving around, I saw a couple of neighbors' homes, and they don't have a divider between. If they were able to do something where they could, be amenable between the two of them, they could have maybe 6, 7 cars parked there. They're separate homes, but there would be room if they could pave that in.
There's always opportunities. It kind of baffles me sometimes. You'll see like one car kind of in the front blocking the way. Why aren't there more cars parking on the property? But
Yes.
Right.
sometimes it's easier to just peel away from the street.
Yes.
In my area, there's a lot of just big yards, where they could cut
So
probably
that's a
for
good
one
thing.
car.
Thank you for that. Okay. Well, if there's no other business, we will adjourn to a meeting on Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at 6 PM in the council chamber at City Hall. Meeting adjourned.
The Paramount Development Review Board is called to order. Roll call of members, please.
Board Member Gonzalez? Board Member Moody? Board Member Timmons?
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger? Chair Sparza?
Here. Okay. Item 1 is approval of minutes of February 11th. I need a motion to approve that.
Timmons, second?
First and second?
Board Member Gonzalez?
Yes.
Board Member Moody? Board Member Timmons?
Yes.
Vice Chair Weisenberger?
Yes.
Chair Sparza?
Yes. Any public comments?
We have no public comments.
Reports. Item 2 is an oral report of the development activity updates.
That's right. So from time to time, we like to give you an update, a construction update of the projects that you've approved. Sometimes they take a little while. You approve them and they kind of go away for some time and they resurrect. So with that, Assistant Director Monica Rodriguez will give you an update of the highlights.
So thank you. So I'll give you just a high-level overview of what's been going on in the city. We'll go ahead and start with the Paramount Square, so formerly Lindsay Lumber site. And just to kind of take you a little bit back, the picture on the top is what used to be, Ace Hardware. And then the bottom 2 pictures are what was entitled by the commission as well as city council, which included the Sprouts, Panera, and the additional tenant would being Panda Express. So these are pretty recent pictures of the Sprouts development. They are basically completed. The tenant improvement is done as well, so they're getting ready to turn it over to Sprouts, and that way they can start their training with their future employees. And so they did install a parking lot lighting. They will be repairing or installing the parking stalls. So that should be coming soon. And then the photo to the right, which is the two-tenant building, Panera and Panda Express. So the framing of the shell is complete. They're going to be stuccoing the building, adding the finishing touches, as well as the doors and the windows. The next development or next project is the Stater Brothers Market. So the photo on the top is what was there before, and the photo at the bottom is what was entitled by the commission. And then just some photos here of the current improvement that's going on at the site. They removed the arches in the front as well as the side. And they just recently obtained approval for the facade improvement, so that should be coming pretty soon. They're moving along on the tenant improvements, and yeah, hopefully pretty soon we'll be having a new Stater Brothers. And then this next site is the Haytree Public Market, which formerly the Paramount saw. And the photo on the top is what was there before, and the one on the bottom is what was proposed. So currently, they are doing the exterior improvements of the shell. So they've removed a lot of the wooden doors that were there. So they're patching up, like the photo on the right that is facing south. They are patching up the doors and windows that used to be there. You kind of see the wood on the top framing, which they are providing some screening for the mechanical equipment that will be installed. The photo to the left, you see the giant opening there. So that is prepping it for the future outdoor patio space, and you'll see a little bit more during John's presentation, kind of how it's going to look. It's going to be beautiful. And these photos here are the, I guess, front portion of the building that will be an outdoor seating area as well. So they're just sealing all the openings and creating the new ones that will be leading into outdoor space. Oops. And so this one here is the former firehouse building. So the commission approved a 4-unit development here, single-family homes, and it's pretty much done. They're wrapping it up with the landscaping. So pretty soon these will be up for sale. And they're really nice. I got to walk one of the units, really nice fixtures, and they really provided some good upgrades on there. So yeah, these will be coming soon and ready to be occupied by future residents. And so that just concludes my update.
Very nice. Thank you.
I have a question.
Question, yes.
When do we anticipate the Sprouts to open?
I was told June. June, that's when they anticipate opening. Yeah.
June, summertime.
So hoping the parking lot goes smoothly, and yeah, we should be ready to shop come June.
And hopefully it was just an oversight, but Dutch Bros is still in place?
They're still in place. They haven't submitted any plans yet, but the entitlements were approved, so hopefully we can see them submit their plans for the shell of the building.
Great. Any other questions?
I do have a question. Today, I was driving down Paramount Boulevard, going to the cleaners there in the corner of Somerset. I was sitting there at the light, just around the time the kids were out of school. It must have been around 3:30. Right on the corner of Somerset and Paramount Boulevard, there are those, what do they call those little horse things and the cones
Okay.
in the street.
Oh.
Those kids were walking. I took a picture of it today. Those kids were walking in the street. Because when they come across the street from Somerset and Paramount on the other side where the police
Yeah.
department is, sheriff department is, they cross the street, and it was 4 of them. And and cars were just blowing the horns at them. I meant to call you today, and I'm sorry, Director.
Was the sidewalk blocked or?
Yes, because it's a big trench there. So they have to,
okay.
if they're coming through, they have to walk on the street until they get at least about a half a block down.
Oh,
It's about
yeah.
halfway, and then they can go back up on the dirt part.
We can look for signage. They should be posting signs that the sidewalk is closed and redirecting
Yes,
the traffic.
yes, something needs to, that's just really scary. And it might be something on the front, I didn't see it.
Okay.
That says that there's no sidewalk, don't walk here. Because if you don't say don't walk, kids they're gonna walk anyway, so.
So you're right, they may actually be in place and they were ignored, but
Might be.
we could definitely take a look.
With public safety?
Thank you.
Go,
Public Works and Public
public
Safety,
works,
right.
public safety, yeah, to get aware of that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, I wanted to just mention, I think it was a great opportunity for planning commissioners, at least for me, to visit the 2 sites that we're coming up with, the Haytree and, I forget the other. But anyway, I thought it was really great that we had an opportunity to be a part of that,
I
where the new
appreciate that,
homes are
yes.
coming in as well.
It is,
Yeah,
very
so,
nice.
we thank you for that.
Just to give you, I didn't include it in here, but they just obtained their building permits today to start
Great.
Oh, they
construction.
did.
So, yeah, it's coming along.
And he'll move pretty fast, too.
Yes, they are.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
Why don't they have the gas? Why did they delete the gas
What gas, I'm sorry.
for those 17 buildings?
Oh, that's a good question, but it's actually the developer, this is his 3rd project doing that. So we're highlighting it as a sustainability action, but it's more practical for him. He has had trouble with the utilities, with Edison and the gas company. So by taking out the gas company, it's just leading to too many delays and cost overruns. Time is money, so he's just decided, no, I'm done with the gas company until things change.
Oh, Mike Farrell?
That's right, and he's not alone. Other developers are going through the same thing. It's taking too long. You want to move, but you're a developer. You want to get these off your off your docket, and they're not being helpful at this time.
Oh,
Electric's a lot more expensive. You cook it with gas.
oh, yeah.
Way.
That's true in general, but remember, these are solar. They all have solar panels, so it kind of it's a whole package. So with that, it kind of works out.
Well, they're going to be nice. I love the structure on these homes. I was thinking, I'm sorry, I guess I'm speaking out of line.
No.
But I was thinking that they were going to be so close together that it was going to be uncomfortable, if I were there. It's still that they're close together, but it's not as close as I thought when they were constructing these. It looks really nice, and that pathway.
Yeah,
that
I
they
should have
have
taken a
through
pic,
the
I
alley.
did, but I'm like, I missed it. I should have included one
Yeah,
that showed
pathway through
the
the alley
pathway.
looks really good. But I didn't see a gate. I just drove by. I didn't go in. But I didn't see a gate. We had talked about that for security between walking there into the alley. Do you think that's still a consideration?
I can probably have Ivan Reyes. He was the project planner. I'm not sure. Are they having the fencing on the alleyway? Because I did see fencing, but that was construction fencing, but I'm not too sure.
It should be just construction fencing at the moment. It does have it where it should be clear from, as you can see on the site plan there, it is guest parking for that, so it should be accessible. As a gate can't open up to a fence like that, so there's nothing proposed at this moment for any fencing.
But I think it was for the other project, right, on Colorado's too? On the fencing, remember we brought it up? I think we did.
Garages in the back towards
Right.
the alley, similar to this one.
Yes,
With similar walkway in the middle.
right,
Yeah, but there's no gate there either.
no, they proposed it. Come on. Well,
Thank
that's
you.
good.
But but they're really nice.
They're
They
beautiful,
are.
yeah.
You can see it now when it first started, you know. I passed through there. Any more questions?
Yeah, the only thing I don't like is 6 foot. You're looking right at your neighbor.
True.
You gotta pull your shades down, David.
I didn't want to say that.
I did.
I was
Yeah,
thinking that.
that's so true.
Just close your blinds.
Okay. No more questions?
Okay.
All righty. And let's see all reports. Comments? 3 comment. Board members? Any comments, board members? Staff?
With all this development, all this discussion, I do want to acknowledge and credit, in the back, we have our building permit technician Felicity Mora with us this evening, who she'll appear in the minutes next month as well, so she's official. She's the one, she's here at City Hall constantly dealing with the plans and making sure that we're on track and making sure that the plans are accurate, the square footage, the permits. She coordinates, she's basically quarterbacking with all the different agencies, the county sanitation, fire, industrial waste, fire department, you name it. It's a tough and intricate job, and she's great at what she does. So I just want to acknowledge, with all these projects, we could not do this without Felicity, who's not here tonight. There's also our other building permit technician, Julie Bueno. She does just the same, and you should see them collaborating and working out these complexities. So we're very proud to have them on the team. That's one. And the second, I probably should have done this under the Planning Commission meeting, but just a reminder about the Planning Commissioners Academy that's on March 11 to the 13th, and that's coming up soon. Thank you for registering. And I was going through the agenda, some really interesting and timely sessions.
Right.
So thank you very much.
Looking forward to it.
Is that it? Okay. Any more questions, anymore? All right. The Paramount Development Review Board will be adjourned till Wednesday, April the 1st at 6 p.m. here in City Hall.
For the Paramount Economic Development Board, sit down, going, call to order.
Board Member Sparza,
Here.
Board Member Timmons,
Yes.
Board Member Weisenberger,
Here.
Vice Chair Gonzalez, and Chair Moody.
Need approval for the minutes for February 11th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Give me a second.
Okay, roll call.
Board Member Sparza,
Yes.
Board Member Timmons,
Yes.
Board Member Weisenberger,
Yes.
Vice Chair Gonzalez,
Yes.
Chair Moody.
Yes. Public comments?
There have been no public comments submitted.
Okay, reports, oral reports.
Yes, so as they do every year, the Paramount Chamber of Commerce hosted the State of the City event, which includes the Chamber of Commerce, the school district, so the superintendent gave a presentation, and on the city's behalf, the mayor, of course, so Mayor Lemons this year, and the city manager, John Moreno, really good report, giving the update on the city. Bottom line is things are looking great. The real bottom line is crime is down. Public safety is, we do collaborative police work, community-based policing, with assistance of both the Sheriff's Department, of course, and the assistance of the city. But we're all interconnected, and I kind of get into that in this presentation. This is a trimmed-down version of what the mayor and the city manager gave a week or two ago. There we go, State of the City. And you know more about this, or this is kind of your territory, but to start off with what the mayor mentioned was how we're excited about these new businesses coming in. They're under construction, and Dutch Bros coming up. So we mentioned Sprouts is looking for June, and maybe a little bit later, or more or less, would be the Panera Bread and Panda Express. Dutch Bros is looking more like the end of the year on the optimistic side, so December, hopefully. coming up next month. And this is something that the mayor did touch on, the Clearwater specific plan that's been underway. You've participated, you had remember the joint meeting with the city council at one point, and the council went through a number of updates to get to where they wanted with the housing density and height. You'll be reviewing this formally, a formal review next month. But the point of this with the mayor was to, about the collaborative, I mentioned collaboration, but we did a lot of outreach with the Paramount community, stakeholders, community groups, individuals, and then onto the Planning Commission and council for this approach to update the plan. All that hard work, and then the mayor's point was then the state just passed a bill, SB 79, that kind of turns this upside down to some extent. So we're really proud of all that went into this plan, and it's a little frustrating. Her point was it is frustrating that the state could make make a lot of that work. I don't know, like maybe not wasted time, but it puts makes us do a few detours to get to where we want to. Teamwork. So I did mention teamwork, and of course, on the city side, this is all of our departments. We work together. We like each other. We send information and we get answers quickly, which is actually, you might know, is unusual for most cities. We're a safe community, and again, this is all connected. So we want new businesses. We want strong businesses. If a city is stagnant, then that could lead to decline. You've seen that so many other cities. So yes, crime is down, but it's based on the deputies, the sheriffs, but also your work to approve these new businesses and keep things moving, keep the momentum going. So look at this, crime is down by 10%. So we're very happy about that. Infrastructure, so that's all part of it. The new water well came online, and this is great. So this is a well which takes away our reliance. We don't want to rely on imported water, which is very expensive. It's unreliable. So with this, it's city water from the ground. Right outside these doors, right by this parking lot, is the Civic Center and the Civic Center improvements. So this is a great update to the Civic Center gardens, the Civic Center plaza. They're on their last stage. The construction and fencing is up, but it should be coming down within the month or two, and hopefully there's some type of grand opening that we could all attend. On the right, this is still a concept, but we do want to have more park space and more recreation opportunities as a city. So the city is very creative in trying to find ways to get more park space. It's a challenge, but in this case, Century Boulevard, there's that green strip that's been there for many years. The idea is to transform it into a more active park space. So coming soon. And these are actual photos of Progress Park Plaza and the upgrade to the backside there. So we're happy about that. This is going to be available to events. I'm sure you'll be attending some meetings there in the future, and it'll be available when there are not meetings, available for the public to rent out for their own personal events. Can I miss one there? Quality of life, of course, we're looking for neighborhood quality of life and housing. So you approve these housing projects, which is very important. And here you see, I don't know if you know, a lot of you know Steve Comparellis from our public safety department. He's our homeless liaison. He's out there, he knows the names of the folks and tries to get them into shelter, into temporary housing, into permanent housing. And we've permitted 41 new homes this last year. One of the council's goals is to get people who are renters, help them out, get them into home ownership. So we have the Home Buyer Opportunity Program, HOP. We've had so far two successful families work their way into to successfully get housing. So that's a big deal. So we were there for the key ceremony. They got the keys to their homes, and it was really exciting. So back to homelessness, it's down 33%. So everyone who's not sheltered, that's not good, obviously. But to get those numbers down, a city of our size, from 60 to 30, from 2022 to 2025, that is something to be proud of, a 33% reduction. And this is how we do it: engaging, providing shelter, and supporting families with rental assistance. You might know this, but the city dedicates general fund money to beds at the Bell, the Salvation Army shelter in the city of Bell. So folks who are homeless here, they have a place to have a roof over their heads in Bell. This is the housing project that we're all a part of for the groundbreaking, and just started construction. 17 homes, 3 of those will be affordable homes. And speaking of affordability, the Habitat for Humanity project, those are 2 homes that will be, it's still a vacant land, but the plans are approved, and within a couple months, we'll see that break ground for 2 qualifying households. Oh, on the left, that's how it used to look. So, ramshackle, it's about to fall down. It was very blighted and wasn't great. We're at Tree City, USA. We have that distinction for the number of trees we have and our tree preservation ordinance and actions to plant more trees. Here's an update on the what was Paramount Saw. It's getting renamed the Haytree Commons, so you'll hear more about that. You'll see the updates every time you come by City Hall. Here's a view of, now that the Haytree, that before the city just had the agreement to put the plaque, it's a designated state landmark, but now the city owns the property, the Haytree property. So we're looking ahead to improvements, maybe a little playground, maybe some sculptural cows, and for our identity, the sculptural letters that say Paramount. What are we? We're resilient, we're compassionate, and we're forward-thinking. So that's something that our city emphasizes: creativity. I mentioned Felicity and her work, Felicity Mora, and her work with as a building permit technician, but that's a show right there. She's constantly coming up with new ideas, how to streamline the permitting process, how to make it easier, how to bring it online so folks can look up their projects so they could turn in their plans without this bulky plan set, and she's been instrumental, and that's up and down, that's what our staff does. And here we are, just a little glimpse of Paramount as a community. That's it. Happy to answer any questions.
I have a question here. Do we have any possibilities for the last tenant over there by Sprouts?
We've been asking, and at this time, no. They said their focus has been on Dutch Bros. They're putting all their energy into Dutch Bros and making sure that they sign a formal lease. Right now, they have a LOI, letter of intent. I think once that signs, then they'll get into that next phase and really reach out.
Now, when you say they, they're talking about
The developer, I'm sorry. The developer, you're right.
On Dutch.
Good question.
Thank you, John. Okay, comments, board members? Don't be so over. All right, comments, staff.
We have no comments.
All right, the Paramount Economic Development Board is adjourned till Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at 6 p.m.
April 1st.
I know, April